Hey y'all, I am back, and guess what? I'm on camera today, bitch. Okay. I do want to kind of just jump into it, but first, I do want to just ask that for those who support me, I love it so much. I just really like when I see y'all watching my videos. I just love it. But I'm gonna need for y'all to like it. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, just hit the like button. I need my likes to at least match the views. Please. Pretty please. But yeah, I'm back. I'm on camera. Um, yeah, you know, I feel like my hair is looking really good and it's natural. Stay, y'all know I do not like to tussle with my hair. So braids it will be. So please just appreciate the fro while I got it for the weekend, because I'm just deciding on what kind of braids I want to get, how I want to get them, and who's gonna do them. So um, yeah, without further ado, I just want to kind of jump right into whatever little shit that I saved on here. First, yeah, I do want to talk about Roy Ayers dying at 84. It's so sad. I really love the song Everybody Loves Sunshine. Like, I love to listen to that when I just want to relax. I light a blunt, I take a bath, and I just play that on repeat. Like, it's a feel-good ass song. So rest in peace to him. 84 is a hell of a life. I really, pray and hope I get to see at least 84. So rest in peace to Roy Ayers. Yeah. But what I want to talk about, let me see, I ain't got my little handy dandy iPad mini. I'm on my laptop today. So yeah, we thugging it out that way. Let me see. Let me turn this up a little bit so y'all can hear it. When I edit, I might add the video to it. I might not. Just depend on how long it is and what it is. So come on and roll with me, y'all. Let's see. I do want to talk about this Gabrielle Union shit. Let's see.
50-50 or bust, right? And I meant that financially, spiritually, emotionally. And there's just a lot of days that I have 10% and I need him to be 90. There's days I don't have, and I need him to be 100. It's a trauma response. And 50-50 is, I'm not going to be vulnerable enough to trust you with 100% of anything, not my heart, not my cash. And when I started to really address that, and I was like, do you want to pay whole mortgage? I thought I was about to die. I had such anxiety. Like, I was crying, I was shaking. And he was like, you insisted on that. He's like, I thought it made you feel better. I'm like, it did. And right now I want to take it back. Now it sounds crazy to be like, you, Mr. NBA superstar who made a bazillion more amount of money than I do, can pay the mortgage, because I hate the feeling of releasing that to someone. And you release that to someone, chaos can happen. And it's brought us closer because he knows it's not about whether he can afford it. It's being vulnerable enough. Famously said 50-50 enough to be open enough to know that I'm okay. I'm okay as his wife. He's okay as my husband. I'm okay in this family. I'm okay in this home. I deserve it. And so I'm trying to expand my heart, expand all of the notions of what vulnerability can look like.
As you heal, as you evolve, as you lean more into vulnerability, you can also change how you feel about something, and it's okay. Sometimes when we build those walls up for safety or to keep what we think is harm out, we can also keep love out too.
Well, enough.
Okay. Okay, I like that. Yeah, Gabby, shit. Yes, this man make so much money in the NBA. He's a legend. And you talking about paying the mortgage? Girl. If anybody asks me, first of all, I always think that 50-50 always looks different in every relationship. Like, the dynamic is not going to be the same for me with whoever I'm with, for whoever, my friend or whoever else in their relationship. Like, it's never going to look the same. And it's never going to look the same all the way throughout, because a lot of times people are going to have their up days, their down days. Like, 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're living, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have to step in and start paying the rent or, bills that you have never been paying before. So 50-50 is just not linear. Like, it's a roller coaster, okay? And I always like to say, like, it's really not 50-50. You have to give 100 of yourself every day. You have to give what you can. If you don't have that to give, then your partner has to trust you, you know, or I'm sorry, you have to trust your partner enough for them to take on that. And I feel like that's where Gabby was at first. Like, she didn't have that trust factor with letting it go and letting Dwayne do his thing. Baby, listen. If anybody always say, "Oh, you do such a good job, you're so strong, you're so this," I let them know with the quickness. I don't want to be a strong Black woman. I will be, and I am hella happy that I have the means to be a strong Black woman. But baby, I don't want to do this shit on my own. Please understand that. I like that I can. I don't want to, but I will always keep on pushing and do what I have to do to take care of me and my kids. So shout out to you, Gabby, for letting go and being vulnerable in your relationship that you've been in for years and years on end. That's crazy. Child, listen. Ain't no way. I'm letting you have that, okay? Please have that. I'll pay the small shit. Give me the Wi-Fi bill. Give me the gas. Give me that, because I know if y'all and that mortgage is not no punk, okay? That mortgage ain't no punk. So shout out to Gabby for being able to let go and let her man, I guess, lead in the relationship, if that's what you guys would like to call it. Moving on. So it does say that the 2 children who died in a Detroit minivan, initially we thought that they froze to death, but it turns out they had carbon monoxide poisoning. And I am not here to bash her at all. The line of work that I do, I work with the unhoused on a daily basis. And that shit is not easy, okay? It is not easy. Homelessness is a trauma all within itself. And a lot of the homelessness that people experience comes from the trauma that they experienced as children. It's a whirlwind. So I am not here to judge this lady. I looked through the comments and they had been saying that, oh, she was on a casino when this happened. The car was running, but at first she was out of gas. I don't know what her story is. I just feel like as a country, we have to do better when it comes to our unhoused population. This shit is sickening. It's sad. And you always want to, be like, well, I worked hard for what I got and this and that. And homelessness is not just about, oh, I went to work, oh, I got this. Homelessness starts from having what you have, and then it's trickling down to being behind on one rent payment, to being behind on a few rent payments, to being evicted because you cannot catch up to those rent payments, but you still going to work, but you still got other bills to pay. It's a cycle. It's a trickle down. It is not just like, oh, they don't work, so they don't eat. They don't work, so they don't have a place to stay. It is not just that. It can affect anybody at any time. This mother losing 2 children because they were sleeping in a car is just sad. And I feel like we have to be a little bit more sensitive about this, because homelessness is not, it's not a choice. I mean, it can be a choice, but for most people, it's not really a choice. They don't have anywhere to go. The shelters are overpopulated. The shelters only help certain populations. Like it is not easy, y'all. I'm telling you, where I work, how it happens, and just the things that I see on a daily basis, this really just breaks my heart. When this story first came out, it broke my heart. But even just looking at the comments and the insensitivity of everybody and people trying to piece shit together, it's just like, please have a heart. Have a heart, you know? Prayers to her. I remember they did get a house. Detroit, the governor or the mayor, I don't know, had gotten her a home for her and the children that she have remaining, which is awesome. I really hope that she's doing her best. I hope that the children are thriving. You know, I know that children can clam up in new spaces because of a trauma response. So them being homeless and then them having a new home, it may not be like the easiest thing for them to adjust to, but I'm hoping that they're adjusting well. I'm hoping that they're going to school. I'm hoping that they're just getting all of the wraparound supports that they could possibly get in the community. And I just really send my love to this lady because I just can't imagine. Let me see. I want to move on. Oh, let's get this idiot out the way, okay? Oh, geez, Louise. Let me find it.
I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Look at the black man standing up, yeah. I'm gonna have to put the video on there because the black man standing up is sending me. My question is, what about the states that do not recognize the death penalty? So what if somebody kills a cop in the state that doesn't do the death penalty? Is it just gonna be like they get sent to another state to, get sentenced to death? Or like, how does this work? You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, the bigger picture is, what about the cops who kill regular civilians, black civilians on a daily basis that's unjustified? I mean, completely unjustifiable. Why they not getting a fucking death penalty? Why they not even going to jail? I cannot stand this man. I just don't like nothing about him. I don't like how, I just hate all of this bigotry. Honestly, it's disgusting. It's just not for me. I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with him. We'll see how this goes. Like I talked about in a video hellas ago, we got these federal judges. Do what you do. Please do what you do, federal judges, black federal judges, because this shit here is crazy to me. I mean, it's already a lot, that happens when you do kill a cop. So death penalty, they not getting a death penalty when they kill us. Child, please. Bye, Trump. Bye. Okay. Let me see. What else I want to talk about? What do I have saved? All right, let me see. Okay, I did want to talk about this. I thought this was interesting.
Even I was there yesterday cooking, man, and even with the cooks there, they, I like cooking with them, so they were, looking like, damn, I was in there holding it down with them. That's therapeutic for me because, me and Hussle used to be cooking, so, excuse me.
No,
I think it was a point in time where we're cooking, and I was in there young. I just was like, man, I want to be able to be cooking back here, doing my thing, helping, working hard, getting the orders done. As long as I can get a gold chain, rollie,
right, Sam.
fresh back here, cool whip outside. It is fun to me. Yeah. I think even I was so Same with Hussle, you know what I mean? So we used to be in there just having fun, cooking, making sure the orders is done correctly, getting the food out. It was like being able to accomplish something. So fast forward now, being back there cooking, it's good. You know, they like, man, you need a break. I'm like, man, I'm back here for 12 hours. We good. Let's go. So it just bring me back to that memory so long ago with my bro. So it's definitely a good feeling being on the line.
Sam.
The homies right there on Melrose, so I took them the other day. They're from the East Coast, and their mind was blown. They're like, wait, like he actually works here?
There. It's a Blacc.
You know
I'm excited.
All right, what we got? Burgers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy. All right, man. We're going to hit it. I do it in my sleep. My talk, babe. Come on. All right, where my onions at? Man, that's wagyu, man. You know, once you see it separating, that's when you know it's time to flip. Only 5?
Yeah. Losing a sibling is just not easy at all. You know, we lose relatives all the time. We lose friends, loved ones. And it's just something about losing like your first best friends, like, you know, somebody who you grew up with, fighting with, arguing, loving on, and kind of like taking up for them, you know, shit like that. It is not easy at all. It's just one of those things, especially don't have hella siblings. Yeah. Don't have hella siblings and, you know, you lose one because it's like y'all processing this grief. Y'all trying to process this grief and go through this time, and y'all don't even know how to handle it. And so now y'all used to be close as a motherfucker, and y'all are just so separated, just everybody doing their own thing, everybody trying to just make it, everybody just trying to feel better. You know, everybody just trying to feel better. Yeah, this shit is not easy. Kudos to Blacc Sam-Nipsey's brother. I like that he still works at that restaurant and he doing his thing and he's keeping it open. Ain't nothing like keeping your family name alive. It ain't nothing like keeping your loved one name alive. I tell people that all the time. I'm real big on that. I'm gonna keep my grannies alive. My granny right here. You hear me? I'm gonna keep my grannies alive, my aunties, my brother for damn sure. I have to make sure everybody still know them, you know, at the end of the day. It'll never stop. They'll never die to me, you know. So yeah, kudos to that. I just love that about him. It's so weird. They look just alike and talk alike to me. They're not the same person. Yeah, I think that was cool. I thought that was great. Let's see. Moving along, you guys. Oh, I do want to talk about, well, I just want to go over this. Kandi, Burress, and Todd Tucker being sued for more than $150,000 in back rent. And it's a other expenses as well for Blaze Steak and Seafood Restaurant. Now, let me tell you something. Kandi is one hell of a businesswoman. Hands down. Kandi is really, really great at what the fuck she do. You know, whether it's producing, writing, these restaurants, you know, she's really good at that. I think OLG really did its thing for a very long time. I'm not quite sure what OLG is looking like these days. When I lived in Atlanta, I never went. When I visited Atlanta previously, before I moved there, I went to OLG and it was popping. But this was years ago. This is probably when it first opened up. So yeah, them owing this, I'm not quite sure. You know, we hearing this side of the story about them owing this and that and the rent or whatever. But all I do want to say is that the restaurant, lounge, club business in Atlanta is overly fucking saturated. So you're opening up a steakhouse right here and you thinking that you are serving lamb chops and lobster tails and you doing your big one, and right across the street is somebody else who's opening up another steakhouse and they might have a whole different niche. So nobody is really checking for your shit anymore. This is literally how it goes. The time that I spent down there, I would have a restaurant that I like, oh my goodness, I love this place. The food is awesome. Like, I'll go back. I'll go back every week, because I like it there. I'll have my lunches there. And then one sweet day, I'll go and the doors are closed. Like, oh, okay, this is unexpected. And then another day I'll go and hot damn me, they closed down. Okay. Like, this is how it goes in Atlanta to me. It's just overly saturated. And granted, you do have this city that's so fucking big within this circle of a highway. And so the highway is huge. So you have these cities up here, over here, down, everywhere, or it's smack dab in the middle. So it's like you do have to have something that's kind of catered to the area that you live in, which is great. You know what I'm saying? But it's just overly done to me. It's great that y'all have these, but then again, it's just too much. You can be in fucking East Point and go get a lamb chop at Seductions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be in the hood and still find the lamb chops. You can be wherever and it's still going to be food. It's just always food. It's always food. It's always liquor in Atlanta. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But it is one of those where it's just like, this shit is just overly done. You kind of don't know where to go because there's so many options. There's so many choices. And then once you do have your favorites, them motherfuckers shut down. Okay? I think you have to have a great niche to open up a spot down there and for it to thrive. You really have to have a great niche. You really have to have a good location, a good business. Like, your food has to be fucking hidden on everything, like it really all has to tie in, because if it doesn't, it's really not going to last. It's really not going to last. I've never ate at Blaze before. I never even wanted to. It's so many goddamn seafood restaurants down there. Blaze wasn't on my top. It's a lot of steakhouses too, and Blaze ain't it. For me personally, I wasn't checking for this restaurant. Like I said, I went to OLG. It was popping. But the food was not that good to me. But it was popping because, it was the newest thing that was going on. So, yeah. After I went to OLG, I did not have to go to this one because I didn't necessarily like the food at Old Lady Gang. But I am pretty sure, Kandi is going to do what she have to do. Possibly, I don't fucking know. I just really wanted to click on it to talk about how overly saturated the goddamn industry is. And I don't honestly see it changing, but I could understand how somebody could begin to owe money. I could understand how somebody could, their business is popping one day and then, it's not really hitting on shit the next. So, yeah, that sucks. I hope they get that together. Oh, let's see. I do not want to talk about Diddy. I'll tell you that right now. What is this about? Let's see.
Tom Costello is at Kennedy Space Center. The images are just coming in. Tom, what exactly happened here?
This was the 8th attempt to run a test flight for Starship, and it didn't get far. We saw the booster rocket come right back down to the launch pad as planned shortly after liftoff. Perfect in every way, but at the same time, Starship itself began tumbling out of control. SpaceX Mission Control said they'd lost control of that vehicle and lost contact with it. And then we began getting reports that debris was raining down over certain Caribbean islands off the coast of Florida. So far, no reports of any injuries, but we did see air traffic control at several airports put every plane in a holding position until the debris was down. In addition, this looks very much like what happened back in January when Starship also broke up over the Turks and Caicos. This is all about getting a rocket that someday can go to the moon.
I just saw that Starship blew up. There it is.
It's like raining out the sky. It's kind of pretty. Oh my goodness. When you so fucking rich, you can just send eight spaceships on test flights. Like 8 of them. It's not the same one. It cannot be just the same one. It has to be literally 8 different ones. So you have these people in here producing these rocket ships for you just for you to test it and to go up, and then it's ultimately coming back down. Just stick with the cars. Just stick with the Teslas, Elon. You know, you really doing your fucking shit when it comes to those Teslas. You gotta, you know, get the rockets too. I mean, just won't we leave it to NASA? I don't fucking know. You know, listen, that's where I really don't have too much to say because this is not really me. But I just feel like, why are we forcing this? Why are you forcing this? 8 times. This is the 8th try and it's just blowing up constantly. You know, I really pray that nobody's getting hurt from the debris that's falling out of the sky. And then he did say it's falling on the Caribbean islands or in those areas. So you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know, your Florida is okay, but these black people on these islands, probably in the Bahamas and shit, has to get this debris come crashing down on their house. Like, stop the shit, you know? Just stop it. Child, let me see. They talking about in a minute we gonna need the Avengers to stop Elon Musk shenanigans. And it's just like, sir, you know, you just got so much money that you just don't fucking know what to do with it. Like, I'll help you out. If that's what you need, I'll help you. Let me see what else they got going on here. I think I'm on a shade room. I might go to Jasmine Brand to see what we can talk about. Oh, this might be interesting. Does a romance at the workplace ever work out? Nah, that's a lie. I ain't listening to that. Sorry. Let's see. My bad, y'all. You know what? I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm just kind of happy to be back on camera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just happy to be back on camera. I am loving the support that I get from y'all. I just really need y'all to start liking the video. If you was watching the video, at least to like it. Just let me know that you were here. Let me know that, you know, you support me. And like I said, you don't gotta watch it all. If it ain't your cup of tea, if you just here to support me because you're here to support me, I love that. Like it though. Thanks, y'all. I mean, if you really like what I got going on, of course, always subscribe to my channel, like it, let's comment, you know, let's talk. I talk back. I try to talk back at least. You know, somebody say something, but yeah, come on and holla at your girl. Bye.